and then I'm sure you guys will be available to stay and talk to people for a few minutes. I know most of you are rushing home to see the Broncos. So,
How they doing? Somebody give me a hand signal.
Now I forgot. Is it your turn?
It's their turn.
Okay, it's the pro-reform side's turn. Okay, yes.
Hi, you talk about the union, and it's just the teachers' union. Can you tell us about your relationship with the bus drivers' union? Because there's another union that's active that you have a CBA with. Or is it just the teachers' union that you have issues with?
We do have a collective bargaining agreement with the bus drivers. The issues there were completely they didn't exist. We worked through an agreement with the bus drivers actually relatively easily. I'll tell you why we don't have an agreement with the teachers union. We put a list of 22 issues in front of them and said this is what we need in order to contract with you. The issues that boil down to those that were of contention had nothing to do with teacher pay. It was all about the union leadership and their prerogatives. It was about whether they were going to get paid out of taxpayer dollars to do no work for the district. It was whether they were going to be able to, and one of the options they made was, well, we'll pay ourselves, but we want to run our money through your system so we can be eligible for para. We said no. It was whether we were going to spend or collect union dues on their behalf. As I've said before, $1.3 million is collected from teachers. The measure of their commitment to their own members is $4,900. That was what was spent on professional development. The balance went to Washington, D.C. and Denver. We told them, we'll collect your dues if you spend it on professional development. They said no. They said no to getting rid of the first in, first out philosophy. In other words, if you're going to have layoffs, the last in, first out. The last person in is the first one out. They said no to that. We said we're not handling personnel decisions that way. We're going to handle them by the best people. If we have to have layoffs, we're going to keep the best, irrespective of length of service. Those were the issues that we had with the leadership of the union. We couldn't get past those, and they would not give them up. We did not want to have an exclusive relationship with them. We wanted other organizations to be able to come in and offer their services to teachers. They said no.
I had the opportunity to ask the district for union agreements because I've never seen one before. I've never been affiliated with the union. I have nothing to do with the union. So I asked for documentation. These individuals sitting here, two of these individuals sitting here approved union agreements during their time on the board. They talk about Mr. Hodges having done it. They were the oversight. They were the ones who approved union agreements. Bill did not approve union agreements. He engaged with the union because he was told to by this Board of Education. So don't be fooled. Something happened that made this a problem. I'm not sure what it is. I wasn't involved in it. But I can tell you right now that we do not care what you have to say about us being union or not, or what's good or bad about the union. Doesn't matter. We will do what's best for our kids, and that means we will listen to everyone, and we will make decisions based on facts and knowledge, not based on personality issues or whatever problems were going on at that time. Thank you.
Okay, so your question is for...
Yes, my question is for...
Joyce, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I have my hand up first.
Oh, that's fine. Either way. Joyce?
Well, I just have a real quick one. It's multi, but I'm going to make it down. If either one of the four, if you're elected, I personally am fine with the unions no longer being involved. What is your opinion? Would you want the unions back? Are you supporting what has been done by the tax board?
I'll take that one. If everything Doug is saying that is true, it's a valid point, and there should be some question in regard to that collective bargaining agreement. Be clear that the unions have not gone away. Over 60% of our teachers still pay union dues, so they're not gone. It's the collective bargaining agreement. Two completely different things,
Then the
right?
question would be...
Yeah, would be, You know, I would say that I would want to understand more, because again, I don't know anything about a union, and if Doug's points are true, then there's some issues that need to be brought up and to be resolved, because again, we do want to make sure that what's happening is the best thing for the kids. But I don't know enough to be able to say, yes, I will, or no, I won't.
We'll have them answer that then.
I'll stand up and answer. So I think that we need to create a trusting and safe environment for our employees to work in. That doesn't require a collective bargaining agreement at all. That requires bringing them along, involving them, asking for their input when you make choices and decisions, making them part of your school district, making them part of your implementation. That's how we get real change. We don't get real change from collective bargaining agreements or whatever. We get it from bringing and involving the people who are closest to our students along to do the right things for our students. And so no, we don't need to have a collective bargaining agreement. We're not really sure what we'll do, but we do know that we just want to create a trusting and safe environment for our teachers. Again, they used to have it, it's gone away, we need to restore it.
What's not trusting?
Oh.
Do I get
Let's see, teachers are in fear for their jobs on a regular basis. If they speak out against the administration, their principals are told to tell them to get in line. They have their emails reviewed by the administration on a regular basis to see if they're communicating anything. Let's see, what else? They aren't given the tools they need to be effective in classrooms. They don't have the money they need to truly educate the children. All of those things.
At the same time, everything Julie just said is untrue. We're not going through the emails.
Come on.
Yes.
No, we're not.
She's not even involved
Facts,
with it.
please, Doug.
Yes.
Yeah,
Proof.
facts are tough.
With respect to the union, you need to understand the power of a collective bargaining agreement is the power to negotiate wage. When you put a pay for performance system in place, you take away the union's power, because then there's nothing left for them to bargain. We put a pay for performance plan in place that eliminated what the union wants to bargain for, wages. Everything else is ancillary. It's not important. So the issue we have with the union, you can't have a collective bargaining agreement if you have a true pay for performance system, which is frankly not a need for one. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Okay, so that is the last of the questions.